welcome back to another episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror! The Perverts Have Spoken. Yes, coming off of last night's wonderfully epic, I guess it's not really epic, but fun, schlocky horror movie, The Rape After. I thought, okay, it is time to bite the bullet. It is time to do the hardest thing ever. This is, honestly, the hardest thing I've had to do for this 31 Nights of Halloween Horror. And I've been thinking about it even before this whole thing began, because, one of my subscribers said, hey, you should do things like top 10 lists, this 31 Nights of Halloween Horror. And so I thought, okay, I'll do it. I'll do my top 10 favorite horror movies of all time. And honestly, getting it narrowed down to 10 was excruciating. Oh my goodness, there's just so many good horror movies. So I had to narrow it down. Honestly, the top 5 pretty much just works itself out, just pops in my head. But everything after that, it was just a grind. Comparing movies, what about this one, eliminating, adding, uneliminating, things like that, comparing them to each other, and just, gut feelings sometimes, and overall feelings about these movies. And a lot of it has to do with replay value or rewatchability. So there's some good horror movies out there that are good, but once they pop you, and their twist or their gimmick, their plot device, whatever happens, and then afterwards you watch it and it's just not the same experience, and it just doesn't live up to it as much as it did its original, then those movies kind of end up getting pushed lower. So these have to be movies that I thoroughly enjoy, that I enjoy every single time I watch them, and that I look forward to watching them again and again and again. These are the movies that I point to and tell people, hey, these movies, you watch these movies. Honestly, watch these movies. So that has something to do with them. And so I'm going to go through the list, and I'm going to tell you why I picked them, and maybe even give you some honorable mentions that were also being considered while I was considering this one, and then just why that one won out and everything. And hopefully this video isn't like 30 minutes long. I mean, honestly, I could probably just go on and on and on and have like a top 1,000. I don't know if have I watched 1,000 horror movies? I don't know, but I might just try to make a freaking list of it. But anyway, so I hope you guys enjoy it, and oh my goodness, just I hope you also appreciate the amount of effort I've had to put in. Literally, I've been thinking about this for almost an entire month, figuring out which ones I'm gonna go where, and it's tough. It is really, really tough. So here they are. Enjoy. All right, here we go. Top 10 is really hard to do. Plus, I've got to do it like really quickly because, we've got 10 movies here. So if I spend a lot of time on each one, it ends up becoming like a 30-minute video. So starting off, number 10, the Japanese version of One Missed Call by Takashi Miike. Great movie. It's about people getting a phone call with a weird ringtone, and their voicemail, it's from the future, and when they listen to it, it's them at the moment of their death. It's got great twists and turns, the wonderful scene at the television broadcast, just head-poppingly awesome. Great movie all around. Number 10, One Missed Call. Number 9, Deep Red, Dario Argento's wonderful slasher piece about a psychic who gets murdered. Her apartment neighbor sees it in the window, tries to rescue her, and then becomes involved in the investigation, the little cat and mouse game, to find out who the killer is. Wonderfully, beautifully directed. His eye for violence and cinematography, Dario Argento, it's just great. He is one of the masters of horror, and I love the movie, the soundtrack. Everything about his movies are just wonderful to watch, and Deep Red is a pretty good slasher. So that's number 9, Deep Red. Number 8, Zombie, Lucio Fulci's great zombie flick that was renamed Zombie 2 to cash in on the wonderfulness of Dawn of the Dead, but it's a a wonderfully low budget, gory masterpiece. You have the zombie versus shark. You have the great eye gouge scene. You have the wonderful throat ripping by the "We are going to eat you" mascot. It's just great fun movie. It's dark, scary. It's somewhat disturbing, the whole thing with the cloaked dead people in the white, and then they start rising and they're getting shot. Those, I mean, I found it to be creepy watching that, and just a fun, great zombie movie. The second best zombie movie of all time, in my opinion. Zombie. Number 8. Number 7, it is the American version of The Ring. I know people are going to say, you can't be serious. The American version? Well, Gore Verbinski did a wonderful job taking the original Ring and just making every part of it better. Better cinematography, better acting. They fleshed out the story more, made it more of a mystery. It's creepy. It's suspenseful. It's eerie. I love the pacing, the fact that they did it in Washington, in Seattle, so it's always dark and rainy is wonderful. And honestly, I like it better than the original. I'm sorry, I just do. Sue me, right? Okay, whatever. So there you go. Number 7, The Ring. Number 6, Audition, Takeshi Miike's greatest horror film. It is almost like two films. The first half is a wonderful love story. The second half is that love story goes horribly wrong. It is basically a director is getting up there in age, so he's trying to find himself a girlfriend, holds a fake audition, and finds an unassuming, small, quiet, shy girl who turns into be a really gleeful, psychopathic monster. And just the wire scene where it's cutting through the bone, just chilling. And the evil glee she has when she's putting the acupuncture needles into him, just oh my gosh, it sticks with you, and it's awesome film. Number 6, Audition. Number 5, Halloween. Have to put one of the iconic slasher franchises in here, and Halloween, that movie is the best of them. It is the original. I mean, it's not the original slasher movie, but is the one that all others afterwards are kind of based on. It is the faceless killer. Honestly, with that Shatner mask, is the faceless killer. Donald Pleasance, he is wonderful in this movie. You know, he says he had the eyes, the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes, you know. Those lines, memorable. Wes Craven's score is iconic. Just wonderful, beautiful, and an ending where, you know, if you haven't seen it, why haven't you seen it? But you can just watch it every time, Halloween, over and over again. It is great, and that's why it is number 5. Number 4, we have the greatest zombie movie of all time, and that is George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead. It is the continuation from Night of the Living Dead. And what better place to survive the zombie apocalypse than in a mall, a shopping mall? You have everything you need. You got food, you've got clothing, you've got games, you have protection, walls, everything. And it's just, it's commentary on society, but it's also just good fashion, gory zombie fun. It is great. And then they're throwing pies in there. They're throwing freaking pies in this movie. I mean, what more could you want from a zombie film? I mean, it's just great awesomeness. Number 4, Dawn of the Dead. All right, now we're getting into the top 3, the cream of the crop, so to speak. And number 3 is Dario Argento, one of my favorite Italian directors. Best film. This is his best film, hands down. It is Suspiria. It is a dark, twisted fairy tale. It is about a girl who goes to a ballet school in Germany, but that ballet school is actually a front for a coven of witches. It is so beautiful. The use of color, Goblin's epic score is just wonderful. It is a feast for the eyes, for the ears. It is just, it is really a wonderful, ghoulish and stylish horror movie. Like I said, a nightmarish fairy tale. One of the best ever. It is Suspiria. Oh my god, that movie is so awesome. Now we're going on to number 2, and number 2 is Ju-On the Grudge, the Japanese horror sensation. That movie was probably the last movie to actually really scare me. I mean, like literally, it's so hard to scare me nowadays. But that movie, it got me. It got under my skin. Just the way the whole Tarantino-esque having it go out of sequence, and just everything about it was so creepy and so dark and so eerie. It is not really a haunted house film, so that's why I didn't put it number 1 in my top 10 haunted house movies, because it's not really a haunted house film. I mean, part of it is there, but what it really is a ghost demon revenge film and anger film, and it's a curse film. And by the time you get to the ending and you realize the hopelessness of the situation, this is when you realize, my God, this is brilliant. And God, I don't even want to go near like a house like that, because you are fucked if you do. And that is number 2, Ju-On the Grudge. By the way, if anyone could ever make that ghost noise, my sister-in-law would absolutely hate you, because she hates that. She freaks out so bad with that noise. And my brother does a pretty good one, which is really, really bad news for her. But anyways, so there you go. Number 2, Ju-On the Grudge. And now we come to number 1, the king of the hill, the cream of the crop, the best horror movie, in my opinion, of all time. And if you know me, you know the answer already. And of course, that is The Evil Dead 2. What can I say about this movie that I haven't already said? Bruce Campbell's epic performance, the gore effects are wonderful and spectacular, the story is batshit insane, but yet still brilliant and coherent, and it's so iconic and so important of a film. Cabin in the Woods would not exist without this film, and Cabin in the Woods is a pretty damn good film in its own right. So what more can I say about it? Sam Raimi, like, really just had to remake Evil Dead because he couldn't get the rights to the first film that he actually made to put it in to Evil Dead 2. So he had to basically just reshoot it, and it just goes insane. And I love it. And I watched it 1 billion times, and I'll watch it another 1 billion times, and it will not be any worse. It just gets better and better and better, man. Hail to the king, baby. Evil Dead 2. You know, I'll swallow your soul. Swallow this. Yeah, there you go. Number 1, Evil Dead 2. So let's go through the list again. We've got at number 10, One Missed Call. Number 9, Deep Red. Number 8, Zombie. Number 7, The Ring. Number 6, Audition. Number 5, Halloween. Number 4, Dawn of the Dead. Number 3, Suspiria. Number 2, Ju-On the Grudge. I can't do it. I can't do the voice thing. Sorry. And number 1, Evil Dead 2. Tell me if you like the list. If not, whatever. It's just my list. And there you go. All right, and we are back. Oh my goodness, exhausting. Yes. So I hoped you enjoyed it. I hope you liked what you saw. You leave a comment, tell me, you know, if you agree, disagree, what you might like. Maybe put your own top 10 list in there, which is probably tougher than you imagine it is, man. It is really tough. But anyways, I didn't put The Conjuring or It Follows in that list because really they're just too new for me, and I've got to kind of rewatch them a couple times to see if they hold up repeat viewings. And yeah, you also see my my proclivity towards Dario Argento in there. He is great. Argento and Miike, man, those two directors, ridiculous. Anyways, and my kind of love for not only just American horror movies. I love American horror movies, but international horror movies also, like the Italian ones, the Asian ones. My goodness, everything is always on the table for me. I am willing to explore the deep, dark realms of the horror genre, and I usually enjoy what I find. Usually. Anyways, so there you have it. Episode 29 in the books. Oh my goodness, that leaves 2 episodes left, and you know what one of them is. But I will endeavor on and progress through. And it is almost over, my friends. It is almost over. We have almost survived the gauntlet of horror. So until tomorrow night, guys, you guys stay scary and happy Halloween.